difficulty. We are back though. Yeah, the stream cut out randomly. Yeah, sorry about that. The stream cut out randomly. I didn't expect it at all.
That's unfortunate.
So we lost about like a minute and a half there. I don't know how that happened.
Well, I did hear a little bit of lag when you're in, so I'm not sure. It could be some sort of a
It
random
wasn't.
connection issue.
Yeah, but it doesn't do that. It won't just, you know. It won't just restart the program.
All right, well, here we go. We've got every car that wants to start this race on track now. As we see Weiser square down in 13th in McLaren, he's about to come through and finish his hot lap on this brand new set of inters. I was incorrect earlier as we see yellow flags waving in sector 3. We got a Ferrari off
for
the left.
Maverick.
Looks like he's letting everybody through.
And here we go. Look how many people are in sector 3. A lot of people want that last second. They want to be in the back of that train to get as much draft as possible.
As McFace Taste goes around, he has lost it, turn 9. Ooh, get out of the way! There comes I thought Redeemer was closer, and I thought he was gonna just smash him.
McFace Taste does have damage. I think that is going to be his qualifying session over.
Yes, and so does. Look behind him at Ritzy Raccoon. Does Ritzy Raccoon have damage too? Yeah, he's missing a right front end plate.
A lot of people giving it their all this last lap here. As LDR Redeemer is going to be the first one to finish his lap. Let's see what he's going to finish his qualifying session in. Coming across the line, it is going to be...
He does not improve.
No, he does. By 0.018. As we're going to be looking at Ritzy Raccoon, he's going to go into the pits. Maverick cannot improve, goes into the pits. To Zonic in third, he's trying to go for one more lap. He is so low at ear rest, he's going to have to conserve here. He's not going to get much boost from it, but...
I think Skeppy's on a good lap here. Skeppy's coming out of turn 16. He's used a lot of ERS this lap.
What's Skeppy's lap going to be? It's going to be P3. Great lap from him. Here comes Mech Stylo. What can Mech Stylo do? Does he go faster? He does. What can SF1 Tom do? Can he take pole from Mech Stylo? It's going to be very close. Here he comes through 14, now 15 into 16, and then the short
down at the sector 3 split.
I don't think it's going to be enough. I think we're going to see Mech Stylo on pole. It's not going to be enough. And yeah, that's going to be qualifying. So Mech Stylo's going to be on pole. I think he got on pole last week, if I'm correct.
How about Skeppy with that beautiful lap, a 1:30.2? We saw him struggling earlier on with a lot of oversteer. I'm wondering what he might have changed, either in the car or just in his driving habit that helped him to gain that much time to put him in the second row on the grid.
Most definitely. And it almost was a Renault second row, an all Renault second row. But unfortunately, it's not just the case. It's just not the case today, as his teammates will be starting in the third row. But that being said, that is your qualifying, and now for your qualifying rundown for the qualifying result rundown. So, looking at qualifying, you have Mech Stylo on pole, SF1 Tom in second, Birel Skeppy, the flying Canadian in third, Tizonic in fourth, Maverick in fifth, Whiffy Winner in sixth, LDR Redeemer in seventh, Mex Israel in his debut race in eighth, Ritzy Raccoon in the Alfa Romeo in ninth, and McFace Taste rounds out your top 10. And now for your bottom few drivers, you have Weiser Square in the McLaren, and 11th Funky Cactus. At 12th, Exia, and 13th, disappointing qualifying from him, and Orange Crush in 14th, and that's going to round out your grid for the Spanish Grand Prix.
Yeah, now we don't even know what their strategies are getting into the race, because as we said earlier, it's going to be a dry race. So for any of our viewers that are watching right now, I can see y'all down there. If you think you know what strategy somebody's going to run, put it in the comments. Leave us a little comment down there. Tell us what you think's going to be the ultimate strategy to run today. Who do you think might win the race? Give us some predictions. What do y'all think's going to happen? Because to be honest, I'm not quite sure who might start on mediums, who might start on hards, if anybody might try to commit to running the softs somewhere. I mean, I'm not 100% sure as to what's going to happen right now, because especially in Tier 2, we've seen a lot of crazy strategies that these guys have been able to pull off in the recent weeks and come home with great results and even podiums.
Most certainly, as we are waiting now for the drivers to complete their installation laps before they get grid up for the formation lap. What are your predictions, Aldifer? Who do you think has the probably the best chance at winning today?
I'm going to have to say Mech Stylo has the best chance at winning today. We are hearing rumors that Mech Stylo could be making a move in the BRL ranks. He could be moving up into Tier 1. That is something that I've seen floating around here lately. He's super fast. He just showed that he's super fast in the rain. He was 7/10 faster than anybody else. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he was 7/10 faster than the second place car, right?
I believe you are correct. As it looks like people
He's
are
got
starting to get gridded up, getting
Yeah,
ready
he's
for
got
their
pace.
formation lap.
I honestly think that Mech Stalo could just run away with this one. This seems like a track that he's very good at, as we see them pulling away from their grid spots, leaving some rubber down as they go, trying to make it to where they'll have a bit better start. So I think Stalo and SF1 Tom are probably going to be the two to run away and try to break away from the pack and race their own race. But I think Stalo's probably going to take this one. He's got so much pace.
As looking down your grid at all the cars getting ready for their formation lap, it looks like we have a little bit of a cluster in the back. But that's okay. A bright and sunny day here at Catalunya, and it should be a fantastic race. As always here at Split 2. Tier 2, my bad. Make sure we'll give a little shout out to the Tier 1. Tier 1 is about half an hour after Tier 2 ends. Make sure you tune in with Dan the Man. He'll be commentating that. And then make sure you come back Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, for Exia with Tier 3 here at Catalunya. And then Formula 2 at Monaco next Friday night. So if you want to see action, you want to come see Monaco and the chaos it brings, make sure you tune into Formula 2 on Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern.
Here we go. Oh, Stalo goes off.
All
right, so real quick, let's run down this before we get to the grid. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars in the top 10 that elected to start on the hard compound tire. One of them is your second place starter in the Ferrari. SF1 Tom has elected to start on the harder compound. So let's watch here in the beginning of this race to see if the soft compound, or the medium compound drivers that are right behind him are going to make their move and get around him, or if he'll be able to hold them off and then take his hards on a good long stint to get on the faster tire at the end with a lighter car and try to run down Mech Stalo and get the win.
Well, we don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be interesting. It's always interesting in Tier 2 as we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights here at Catalunya. And it is lights out and away we go. Horrible start
SF1 Tom
Exia.
did not start.
Oh my god, there's a wreck.
Up.
Oh, there's a pile up. That's probably going to be a virtual safety car already. Probably no. I don't think so. But Tazonic already down to P14. Redeemer jumps up to P3 out of nowhere. He's up 4 positions already. SF1 Tom did not get a good start. Neither did Maverick. Wow, okay.
It almost looked like, from my view, it almost looked like everybody started after Mech Stalo. It almost looked like it was drag racing. Stalo got the green before the rest of them did.
Yeah, it was very interesting, and he's a 1.5 second lead now over Skeppy. Skeppy's going to try and chase him down. Whiffy winner side by side with Redeemer. He gets around Redeemer. Redeemer's just going to follow behind him, try and just stay in his draft. As Ritzy is about a second behind them. He's up quite a few places. But Tazonic already 14 seconds from the nearest competitor after getting spun by SF1 Tom at the beginning. Surprised he didn't take anybody else out with him.
Ooh, as we see Funky Cactus falling down the order, Maverick just made a pass on him there in the turn 10 just before they ran into turn 11. A lot of drivers trying to make moves here early. Maverick fell way down the running order. He started in P5. He's down to P9. Lost a lot of stops, or a lot of positions there from the start of the race due to that issue that a couple of the drivers at the front of the pack had.
Oh, McFace-Tace is in the pits. I think he is getting a wing change. McFace-Tace.
I will let you know what happens. I'm here in pit lane with him. He is actually going to bolt on a set of mediums, and we do see the crew doing a wing change, so he did pick up damage from contact with another car, possibly either at the start or in turn 1.
As we have the two Ferraris battling for P7 currently, SF1 Tom on the hard compound tires, having that delayed start. That's going to be definitely under investigation by the stewards after this race. But we have Orange Crush's teammate right on his tail as he is trying to catch to the Red Bull of Max Israel, who replaced Kevin after his untimely departure last week after Baku. But heading into lap 3, Max. Oh, fucking Cactus is out.
I believe he made that mistake at turn 9. By,
we'll see with Tazonic.
Anybody.
And we have a safety car already. We have a safety car in lap 2. This is great for Tazonic. And yes,
yep, there he is.
Exactly
Looks
correct.
like he lost that right front suspension, so he came out of turn 9 and got out there on that left-hand curve just a little too much, which can catch you out and send you around. So he probably just got a little too hot onto that curve and just went spinning. Rear end lost grip, and he went toward the wall, and that's going to be a safety car that'll bunch everybody back up, which is something I'm sure a lot of these guys wanted to see, especially SF1 Tom. I'm sure he wanted to see everybody get packed up after that poor start that he had. And this is really going to help Skeppy as well.
Yeah, and Tazonic, who dropped down to 14th after getting spun by SF1 Tom at the start, because Tom, it seemed that he hooked Tazonic, and Tazonic had nowhere to go. But his teammate Whiffy Winner doing really well in 3rd right now, with Ritzy and Redeemer right behind him, and also Max Israel. SF1 Tom's going to catch up to the back of that train now, and Orange Crush is going to be there too. BRL Exia, he started in P13, he's already up to P9, ahead of his teammate Wiser Square. BRL Maverick's around. He spun at the exit of turn 2, not good for him. Hopefully he can get back up there as Tazonic. I think he just bolted on a fresh pair of parts. And so did Nick Face, so they're going definitely for the long run. Or they may just, try and stay on that one tire for the entire race. You never know. As we'll wait for those guys to catch back up to the pack so we can go green flag racing here at Catalunya again.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I think taking the hard tire from lap 3 all the way to the end, that's going to be 30 laps on those tires. We've seen guys last year here in the Breakout Racing League in Tier 1 do a crazy long stint on these hard compound tires from like lap 6 or 7. But to go from lap 3 all the way to the end, I don't know if that's possible. We may see Maverick, Tazonic, and McFace-Tace back in pit lane again before this race is over.
Yep, or we could be seeing another safety car, which would prolong those tires, as they would be under less stress than what they would under racing speed, as he's trying to put some heat into them right now, Maverick is. But we're going to focus back onto the pack behind the safety car. Max Stylo leading them, with BRL Skeppy having a fantastic start, staying out of trouble, and now he finds himself in P2, right behind that Mercedes, with Whiffy Winner who's going to be definitely breathing down his neck once that green flag drops once again.
Yeah, right now, just looking at your biggest movers and biggest losers of the race so far, your biggest loser of the race is actually going to be Tazonic due to what happened there at the start on the straightaway before we even made the turn 1. He's down 8 positions from where he started just a few short laps ago. But your biggest mover of the race so far is going to be Orange Crush in the Ferrari, sitting right behind his teammate SF1 Tom. Orange Crush is up 6 positions where he started. So hopefully we'll be able to see this young man take that good start that he's had with no damage, it would appear, and continue to do well for the rest of the day, as we see Mephaestus making his way back up to the pack. It looks like he is now going to catch the pack, and the safety car is going to come in this lap, which is going to be really good for Mephaestus. Mephaestus is a good fast driver. We've seen him have plenty of pace here this season so far, and he is on those fresh hards that he just did a couple of hard laps on to catch up to everybody. So he's got heat in those tires, whereas no one else does. Blue flag.
Yep, and we're about to go green flag racing here. Max Style goes full throttle. And Skeppy gets a little bit loose getting out of there. He's going to lose position, the Whiffy winner. And maybe Ritzy as well. Ritzy, they're going to go 3 wide down the main straight. Ritzy pushing his way through into second. Ritzy in the Alfa Romeo. Amazing move by Ritzy there. Now he is moving places. He jumps into second. Skeppy down to fourth. Whiffy to third. Fourth. Yeah, Whiffy to third. Skeppy to fourth. My corrections. Sorry. Tizonic already up to 11th, getting past Weiser Square there. As we could look at any other battles, looks like SF1 Tom struggling to keep up with Max Israel. Max Israel trying to look at LDR Redeemer here. They're not going to do it at the turn 5 hairpin. But yeah, amazing restart there by Ritzy to make it 3 wide going down that main straight, making sure he kept it clean and getting past his 2 drivers all defer.
Yeah, we see Mephaestus back here. He's already made a pass. He started at the tail end of this field whenever the race went green again, as we now see him up to 12th as the McLaren behind him, the Weiser Square, goes a little wide. He's going to want to be careful doing that coming out of turn 9, or else we'll see him go out just like we saw Funky Cactus go out. Excuse me. Right now, Orange Crush is still trying to stay on the back of his teammate SF1 Tom, as SF1 Tom is still trying to make his move on Mex Israel, as we see Mex Israel right on the back of the racing point of Redeemer, as Stalo comes across to set a new fastest lap of this race at 122.4.
Yeah, it's Stylo already 2.6 ahead of Ritzy. Ritzy's starting to build a gap to Whiffy winner, surprisingly. I know Whiffy winner and Skeppy are both very talented drivers, but Ritzy doing very well right now.
Oh, as we've got
Somebody's
LDR
off.
Redeemer around. LDR Redeemer has gone around in that racing point there at turns 1 and 2, just before 3. I believe there may have been some contact between he and Mex Israel and SF1 Tom, because I saw their icons on the left-hand side at the leaderboard kind of jostle real quick. So there may be damage to one of these cars. We're checking in on that now.
Yeah, and I just checked in with the Red Bull camp. They said no damage on Mex Israel. They said his car's doing fine and he's doing fine.
And Ritzy Raccoon's out. He moved out of turn 9. He did the same thing that Funky Cactus did. That's a VSC. We may see another safety car.
No, I don't think with the VSC out, I don't think they're going to go safety car. Heartbreaking for Ritzy, though. Ritzy was running in second, looking so good in the early stages of this race with that restart especially. He drops down and is out of this race. He is currently saying non-TV friendly words on his team radio right now. And it's definitely going to be a heartbreak at the Alfa Romeo camp. Aldefer.
Well, yeah, and I believe everybody had to check up. As we go back to green flag racing, DRS has been enabled, so we see Skeppy and Whiffy winner battling into turn 1. Skeppy all over the gearbox of that Toro Rosso. Skeppy in the Renault trying to make that run and see if he can build anything coming into turn 4. No, it looks like he's going to lose a little bit of time. Looking back further in the pack, we have a good train of cars here from about P6 all the way back to all the way back to P10.
Orange Crush got a little bit loose. That's going to allow Exia to get by. Exia up into P6. He's going to try and hunt down SF1 Tom now. But back to Skeppy and Whiffy, which I believe are countrymen to each other, if I'm correct. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Aldefer.
I'm actually not sure where Whiffy is from. We know that Skeppy is a good old Canadian boy. We're not sure exactly.
You can check in the race start there, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I could probably do that. Let's see. Yes, they are a fellow countrymen.
So it's the 2 Canadians. chasing down Mick Stylo currently, but Mick Stylo's kind of just checked out, honestly. He is so far ahead, has driven this race perfectly so far, but Skeppy has DRS on Whiffy. He's going to try and make a move, heading into one maybe with Whiffy. Whiffy's hugging that inside. Here comes Skeppy around the outside in the Renault. He's going to try and brake late. They're going to run side by side into two. Skeppy's going to get the move done. Whiffy Warner's going to slap behind in third.
Skippy was able to trust those brakes a little bit more than what Whiffy was. We saw Skeppy brake very late, whereas Whiffy didn't brake as late as he did. So it's good to see Skeppy trusting his car again. I know that he's been in a slump here lately with F1 racing, so I'm really hoping for a good race for him today. I think that was a little bit of contact between he and Whiffy Winner. I think Whiffy Winner might have just touched his gearbox a little bit there coming out of turn 5. Not seeing any damage on the Toro Rosso, though. I am getting reports from Ferrari and McLaren that their cars have no damage from that earlier incident that we saw on track that sent LDR Redeemer around. Blue flag.
Yep, and we're going to be looking towards the midfield battle right now between the Ferraris and McLaren Maverick and Tizonic. Also, McFaceface is also in that mix. Quite the train here and quite the talent in the train. Like we said, McFaceface is kind of that sleeper agent. He's chilling in the back right now in 10th with Tizonic right ahead of him. And the Maverick, who I like to say drives faster when he's angry, is trying to chase down that Ferrari of Orange Crush. And Orange Crush is trying to keep up with that McLaren of Exia, who is hunting down his teammate right now. That's SF1 Tom. SF1 Tom, though, is on the gearbox of that Red Bull of Max Israel, who's in 4th right now. As they're heading
currently, I'm going to look a little further back here. Currently, I've been watching Tizonic. Tizonic in the Toro Rosso has been on the back of Maverick for a good while now. Not quite sure if we're going to see Tizonic trying to make some moves here soon, because we know he has the pace to be up front. So I'm kind of curious to see as to whether or not Tizonic's going to be happy with sitting here much longer, or if he's going to try to start making some cheeky moves on Maverick and his other competitors up in front of him.
Yeah, it'll be definitely interesting to see heading into the mid stage of this race as this pack tries to work together and tries to move forward while still battling for position. Because you do have to remember, these guys do still realize that, you know, they can work with each other for the greater good to catch higher positions and then duke it out.
Yeah, now how about Mick Stalo? He is way out there now, almost 7.5 seconds clear of his fellow competitors. His Mercedes is on fire today. Looks like he's very glued to the track. As Whiffy Winner has made the pass on Skeppy. I'm sorry we missed that.
Here comes Skeppy. Skeppy's back around the inside. Skeppy goes around his inside of his countryman, but Whiffy holds the outside and gets the better run. So Whiffy gonna maintain second going into turn 4, and now into turn 5. Can Skeppy make anything of it? No, he's not. He's gonna slot in behind, maybe wait for that next DRS zone. All the fair.
Yeah, just looking back further in the pack, SF1 Tom is still very close to Mex Israel, as is his teammate Orange Crush right behind BRL Exia of McLaren. Exia has not been having the season that he's wanted so far, not the season that he's expected that he would have, but he's doing much better today.
Who was it? That was Maverick, I think.
Oh, Mephaestes very slow down the straightaway into 10 as Weiser Square locks up. They're now side by side. Mephaestes has to go wide to avoid Weiser Squares. They almost make contact again in turn 11. Good driving by the two of them to avoid each other, but I believe the car we saw having issues is going to be Mephaestes.
Yeah, Mephaestes is starting to struggle a bit here, it seems, as Weiser Squares all over that Haas, as he's losing major ground to Tizonic now. Tizonic starting to fall back.
Oh, here comes SF1 Tom. He's making the pass. He's on the left-hand side. He's going to try it into turn 1. Looks like he has cleared him.
Yeah, amazing move by SF1 Tom there. Moving up into 4th. Now he can hunt down Skeppy in 3rd.
And look at BRL Exia. He almost came with SF1 Tom. He is now right on the back of the gearbox of the Red Bull. Might see him make a move here pretty soon.
Yeah, we could definitely see it. Exia, I know He did pretty well at Bahrain. I don't remember China too well. But I know he definitely has the pace to be a top 5 driver. And yeah, he's definitely proving it right now as he's on. We're going to go on board with him, trying to make a move past Max Israel. He's not going to do it here. Max Israel still has DRS from SF1 Tom, so it was a similar pace advantage as they're heading into turn 12 into third.
But as we can see now, it looks like SF1 Tom has the right compound on for the right time. It would seem that he's a little faster than all the other guys that are currently running the medium compound tire, as he's almost put a second on Max Israel in that one lap. So here comes BRL Blue Flag now. He has DRS, and he's got his car turned up. He's not going to get close enough. Or yeah, Exia, my apologies. He's not going to get close enough in turn 1, but he is going to stay right on the gearbox of the Red Bull in front to hopefully try to make a pass next time by, as Weiser Square picks up a time penalty for multiple warnings.
Yeah, and we still do have this little pack going on here, all the way down to 9th and 10th. 10th is trying to catch back on, 10th being the 19 car McFace Taste. He's trying his hardest to keep up with Tazonic and Maverick. Tazonic is all over the back of Maverick here as he struggles to keep up with the Ferrari and Orange Crush. Maverick kind of struggling ever since that early spin during the first safety car incident, as somebody went into the gravel. That would have been Weiser Square. He ran very wide there, almost lost it. As Tazonic though is going to keep on following the back of that Renault, looking for a possible move.
And look at this, Max Israel and BRL Exia have now caught right back up to the back of SF1 Tom. The Red Bull could get a little cheeky on the straight and try to make a move, as he has quite a good amount of ERS. He's going to bump it all the way up into a hot lap and try to get as much of a run as he can, but I don't think it's going to be enough. SF1 Tom has great straight line speed today, and he's not even running a whole lot of ERS.
Yeah, it's all down the corner exit, honestly, and SF1 Tom's very good at that. He drives nothing but a Ferrari. He is a Ferrari fan, so he knows the ins and out of this car.
Skeppy and Whiffywin are back up front with your two cars that are basically leading this train of cars that has lost the lead car. Skeppy is now just 0.5 of a second off of Whiffywinner. They pretty much stayed right here at this pace. I believe Skeppy maybe just follow. Oh, as Whiffy gets a bit of oversteer right there, almost loses it.
And here comes Skeppy. Skeppy's going to try down the inside into turn 11, not 11, turn 9.
Turn 10.
10. As he's going to try the inside here, no, he's going to back out. Whiffy gets really loose going into 12. That's going to ruin his run out of 12. Skeppy's going to try and get as close as he can into 13 and then 14, and then quickly into 15, and then heading into 16 onto the main straight.
And Skeppy's close enough. He's got plenty of ERS as we see Whiffy ducking into pit lane. He wants off those mediums.
Yep, so Skeppy's going to move up into second. Max Stylo, though, 12-second lead. Only 14 laps in, so he is truly dominating so far in these early stages of this race. As SF1 Tom's going to move up into third. Max Israel, my bad, is going to move up into fourth once again. Exia into fifth. Tazonic seventh. Maverick sixth. Orange Crush eighth. McFace stays ninth. Weiser Square 10th. Whiffywinner's going to come out in 11th. 41 seconds ahead of LDO Redeemer, who is just not having a great day on the course.
SF1 Tom seems to be doing well here later in this stint on his hard compound tire. He's making up time on BRL Skeppy now, slowly reeling him in. As we see, he loses a few tenths right there in turn 9. He's now 3 seconds off. But he has been slowly but surely catching Skeppy and dragging Max Israel along with him as Maverick makes a move on Exia and gets a lot of oversteer trying to make the exit of turn 10. He's going to lose that position again to Exia. Now Exia back up into P5 as Maverick has to settle into P6 with Tazonic right back on to Maverick's gearbox. Tazonic feeling pretty comfortable back here He's been behind Maverick for a while now, just following him through the pack as the pit cycle goes on, as we see Tizonic getting a little bit of oversteer, as now Skeppy ducks into pit lane.
Yeah, and I just talked to the Renault camp. They said Skeppy is going to finish the race on this compound tires. But is he going to come out ahead of Whiffy Winner? It's going to be certainly close. Can Whiffy Winner jump him? It doesn't. It looks like Skeppy's going to be jumping Whiffy Winner. So the overcut worked.
Yes, but Skeppy still doesn't have much heat in those tires, whereas Whiffy does. Look at the amount of time Whiffy's making up on Skeppy just in turn 3, as we see Whiffy going very wide right there, trying to keep as much power to the ground as he can. He's going to catch Skeppy at a very rapid rate, seeing as how his tires have more heat in them. Skeppy will be struggling through this first sector. Now as they come into sector 2, he should be doing a little better, but once they get into sector 3, they should be pretty even. Blue flag?
Yeah, as we're going to be looking towards Max Stylo goes into the pits now. Your race leader has been leading every lap of this race so far, as SF1 Tom's going to be, I think, inheriting the lead of the race provisionally while he still is out on those hard compound tires.
Stylo is already on his way out of the pit box before SF1 Tom had even made the front straightaway. SF1 Tom's going to take that position, but Max Stylo's not going to fall that far down the order. It looks like he's only going to fall down to about 6th, as we see Maverick trying to make a move on Exia, and Exia trying to make a move on Israel. They're all gaggling up right here, getting very close in turn 3. Maverick's going to make that pass.
Maverick moves up into a temporary 3rd place with Mex Israel right ahead of him now. But Exia trying to fend off Tizonic now. Tizonic made his way all the way back from last place after the straightaway at the race start, not even turn 1 incident with SF1 Tom. As Maverick now that looking very, very good in the Renault.
Yeah, now notice how SF1 Tom has pulled away. Something has happened. We saw just a few laps ago, Mex Stalo, BRL Maverick, and BRL Exia were all right with SF1 Tom. SF1 Tom's now 2.5 seconds clear of the cars behind him. So it'll be interesting to see later on in the race, after the race actually, when we talk to the drivers, to see what actually happened there to cause SF1 Tom to get away and have such clean air. As we now see Mex Israel in the Red Bull making his pit stop. He's going to make his way into pit lane very slow, going very slow into pit lane. He's going to lose a lot of time during this pit stop. He just did 50 mile an hour all the way down into the pit lane limiter area.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hurt him as Maverick and Tizonic and Stylo go at it. Stylo gets moved past and moves up in the 3rd. Tizonic down the 4th. He's just going to have to let him go considering Stylo's on fresher tires by now. As now he tries to hunt down the Renault Maverick. While SF1 Tom still leads this race temporarily, as he still hasn't stopped yet on those hard compound tires. Neither has Maverick stopped earlier in the race. You also have Tizonic in 4th, you have Orange Crush in 5th. He is still on medium, so he's probably going to be coming in this lap. YZ Square still on his mediums. McVeigh stays as well, as Skeppy is still ahead of Whiffy Winner. Whiffy Winner hasn't been able to find a way past his fellow countrymen. As Mex Israel is a ways down from them. He's about 8 seconds down. I know if I remember correctly, it was only about a 4-second gap before he pitted. So we're looking at about a loss of 3 seconds there, Alderfer.
Well, like I said earlier, when he went into pit lane on that lap, he came around that right-hand turn out of turn 16 onto the pit straight and was already doing about 50 mile an hour, probably 200 meters before the pit limiter line. So he lost himself a lot of time on pit lane entry.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to hurt him when it comes into the later stages of the race, where time is everything, as he's being hunted down by BRL Exia currently.
Exia's got plenty of speed. Exia is going to make a move down to driver's right. He's going to clear Mex Israel before they even make turn 1. Very good move by Exia, very clean and respectful. Climbing out of turn 2, they're heading into turn 3 now. Israel trying to get a run built up on the outside, but he has to back out of it. His car did not have enough front grip to make that turn, so he is going to have to settle in 11th and try to keep up with exits. We see Israel still struggling with front grip, so he may not have enough front downforce on this car to run this tire competitively.
It'll be definitely interesting to see, as looks like Orange Crush and White Square on the 17 lap medium, so that they have to be definitely looking at stopping soon. As we have a yellow sector 2, that's going to be Redeemer, I think. Yeah, Redeemer got into the gravel. He's out of it now. That's definitely going to hurt his tires a bit. Going to make him slick for a few corners while he gets all that gravel off.
Stalo's on the front straightaway trying to make a move on Maverick. Renault of Maverick looks like it's well in front of him coming into turn 1, so Stalo's not going to have enough time to catch him right here. Maverick goes a little wide on exit. That's going to bring Stalo within shooting distance as Stalo has to get out of the throttle as he almost gets into the grass at the apex of turn 3. Coming into turn 4, it looks like Stalo's got to settle out and wait one more lap before he can make the move on Maverick.
Yeah, and I just spoke to Zach Brown at McLaren. He said that he fitted the correct tires for his team so that they could go to the end, and then that they're feeling confident towards the end of this race. As we're looking at Stalo and Maverick, once again, Stalo's going to have DRS here. He's going to make a move into turn 10. It may look like he might do it. He's going to back out of it, though. He's going to slot in behind Maverick. I think he's just going to wait to the main straight.
Yeah, Stalo really is the leader here right now. SF1 Tom still has to make a pit stop. Correct me if I'm wrong. He has not stopped yet. And Maverick is on the same tire, but much older, so he's going to be able to pass Maverick relatively easily whenever he wants to.
As SF1 Tom goes into pits.
Yes, Tom breaks off, but now BRL Maverick has no help. He has no slipstream whatsoever, so he is not going to be able to hold off next Stalo as Stalo goes driver's left to go around Maverick. Maverick not going to fight him back into one. Maverick's just going to let him go. So Stalo back to the lead of the race.
Yeah, that is going to move him up into P1, and I think he's going to stay there, honestly, for the rest of the race, unless something dramatic happens. Tazonic, though, still on that back of Maverick. He's still there, and he's...
Whiffy Winner is now past Skeppy, as Skeppy just runs into the back of Whiffy Winner just a little bit, checking on the damage. Doesn't look like he's got any front wing damage, just a little bit of a touch there. But these two are down in 5th and 6th now. They lost a lot of time during the pit cycle, so...
Well, they haven't. We're still waiting for 3 drivers to pit ahead of them.
But are those 3 other drivers going to pit? They are allowed to go to the end on the tires that they're on. Maverick, Tazonic, and the Face Taste are all allowed to go to the end on that tire. They've made their one required pit stop. So Maverick could get a little cheeky and not pit if he trusts these tires for another 13 laps. And same with Tazonic and the Face Taste. We know Maverick can be very good with tire wear whenever he wants to be. He can make tires last a very long time. We've seen him do it last year in Tier 1. As I say that, Face Taste is now running in, and so is Maverick. They're both stopping. So Tazonic's going to stay out for a little while longer, and Face Taste picks up a time penalty for speeding at the pit lane entry.
Yeah, and that's going to hurt McFace Taste's race finish as he straps onto the medium compound tire. So does Maverick, so they're going to be going to the end on the faster compound tire, but those tires definitely are going to fall off near the end of the race. Mex Israel, though, is coming out a good distance behind Maverick, and he was ahead of Maverick going into the pit stops. So as you said, it definitely hurt him, and it hurt him a lot there, as he lost a good about a good 3 seconds, 4 seconds.
Yeah, right now, one thing I want to focus on, we were just talking about the tire strategy and whether they could go to the end. Tazonic has been basically keeping up with Mex Stalo. He's only about a 10th a lap slower since Stalo has passed him. So Tazonic is doing very well on his very old hard compound tires. So he could go to the end here if he wanted to. Let's see if he tries to make that hard right. He does not make the hard right into pit lane. So blue flag, he may be thinking about going to the end here because the closest car behind him is Skeppy, and he's 16 seconds back. And a lap ago, Skeppy was only 15 seconds back. So Tizonic could possibly stay out and come home in P2 if he doesn't make a mistake.
Also, another thing you have to remind though is Stylo doesn't have to push. I mean, he has a 17-second buffer to the next car. So I don't think that Stylo's considerably pushing. I think he's just going at an easy pace to make it seem like Tizonic is keeping up with him, maybe.
Well, look at this. BRL Skeppy and Whippy Winner are fighting each other so much that they've already lost half a second. Oh, just over half a second now to Tizonic. So in just this one lap, and they're not even halfway through it yet. So Tizonic, if he just runs his own race and takes care of those rear tires, could make it to the end.
Most certainly, and we'll keep focused on this battle for a second. As we want to see people in the party chat, make sure you make yourself known that you're out there. Let us know that you watch us and care about Tier 2.
BRL Skeppy now has SF1 Tom all over the back of him. SF1 Tom's on that faster tire. His tires are also newer than Skeppy's tires. Tom could be looking at making a move here within the next lap or two. He is definitely within striking distance as Skeppy has fallen off the back of Whiffy Winner just a little bit. Tom looks very fast down the front straightaway. We saw him with great straight line speed. He's going to get close to Skeppy, but he's not going to be close enough to make that move as Maverick crosses the line and sets a new fastest lap of a 1:21.1. For anybody that's watching right now, if you would, just give us a prediction. Do you think Tizonic's going to stay out on those hard compound tires for the rest of the race? He's been on them basically since lap 3, so let us know if you think he's going to finish on those or if he's going to pit. I see you down there, Chuck. Give me a prediction. Is he going to stay out or is he going to come in and pit? It looks like Skeppy now's fallen off the back of Whiffy Winner just a little bit. He may be slowing his pace down some just for a hair as he tries to save those hard compound tires. We'll have to see if he's able to catch back up to Whiffy Winner. He is still within DRS range, so he will get DRS here on the front straightaway. Whiffy with a little bit of oversteer there in turns 14 and 15. Now running out of turn 16. Whiffy with a great run. Skeppy didn't get that good of a run. SF1 Tom gets DRS too. He is still going to try to make another move. As Tizonic pitted, he decided to pit and put on a pair of soft compound tires. That was totally unexpected. I'm not sure why he did that. He may have been starting to struggle with rear grip. To me, it almost would have been better to stay out. He had he was 16 seconds clear of the closest car to him, so we'll have to see later on. We'll talk to him after the race to figure out exactly why he made that decision. But SF1 Tom is now all over the back of Skeppy here in turn 5, coming through turn 6, through the quick 7-8 chicane right here. That weird, awkward uphill run out of 7 will bring you to turn 9. As SF1 Tom's really eating that entry and exit curve. Skeppy's still able to stay within DRS range of Whiffy Winner, so he is going to hold on to DRS as SF1 Tom makes a move down the inside on Skeppy. They touch, there's contact. Both of them able to keep it on track in a nice square fashion. Skeppy's going to retain that position in P3. Skeppy's going to fight for that podium like it's his life as Orange Crush makes a pass on Weiser Square down here for P10. Looks like Weiser Square might have made a mistake. We're going to go back up front as BRL Skeppy does not have DRS. SF1 Tom is going to make the move down driver's left on the front straightaway. Skeppy trying to fight back with all the DRS he has. Let's see if Skeppy tries to break late. He's going to be too far behind. SF1 Tom now up into the podium positions, but BRL Maverick is now creeping up on this party, and it looks like Tizonic is going to creep up on this party on his brand new soft compound tires here before too long. Blue flag, I can hear that you're back here in the booth with me again. Tizonic pitted 1 lap ago to put on softs. He was still 16 seconds clear of the pack when he made that decision, and he's come out right behind second, third, fourth, and fifth on a brand new set of softs, and he's got a lot of pace. He's already made up half a second this lap on BRL Maverick, as Maverick is now closing up to the back of Skeppy. Looks like Skeppy's starting to struggle on those hard compound tires. Maverick now with DRS on his teammate might be looking to make a move down the front straightaway. If SF1 Tom can get far enough away from Skeppy and Skeppy won't have DRS, it'll be lights. It'll be BRL Maverick making a move on Skeppy down the front straightaway.
I definitely could see we might be able to see some team orders come into play. Maybe Skeppy might let his teammate Maverick by to go ahead and get after SF1 Tom. But then you also have to take into account what you said. Tazonic, who's already trying to make a move on Maverick, he's going to follow him. He's going to move to the driver's left. Maverick moves with him, as is one move under. This is one defense move, but Tazonic's not going to give up. He's going to chase him with those brand new softs. He has so much more grip than Maverick does.
Well, Tazonic needs to settle down now. Now that he's right on the back bumper of Maverick, he's going to lose a lot of that front downforce, so he needs to settle down right here and not use up those soft compound tires until he gets by Maverick, so that way he can make a run at Skeppy. Right now, he just needs to sit and wait and hold his tongue, bide his time until he gets back around to the front straightaway, because let's be honest, the short shoot here between turn 9 and 10 that they're going through right now is really too short to try to make a move on anybody. As we see SF1 Tom reeling in Whiffy winner, he's going to have DRS down the front straightaway, as he is now within 6/10 of the second place driver in that Toro Rosso.
Oh, and Skeppy goes wide a bit there, but Tazonic is still breathing down the neck of Maverick. Maverick definitely has to be feeling the pressure of that Toro Rosso, as they're going to be heading down the main straight to start lap 28. Well, 27, I should say. My mistake there. Lap 27 of this 33 lap race. They have quite the train going on right now. Approximately 5 cars in the battle for second place, as Maverick
has made the move on Skeppy.
Yep, I did see Skeppy move off to the side, so I think it was team orders to let Maverick say, hey, you got him, go ahead and get him. As Tazonic
makes the move.
Tazonic's going to move up into the top 5 now after being P14 after the first lap. That's great for him. Let's see Maverick. Is he going to try and catch up to Maverick and make a move? It's going to be interesting for the battle for P2. It's going to intensify here. People are going to start taking bigger risks, because it's either go big or go home now.
Well, my only issue is he's on the soft compound tire. Did he get on them too early? This track is very, very hard on your tire wear. So is he going to be able to make these soft compound tires fast and last? He's already done 3 laps on them. He's got 5 more to go from my tally. That's going to be almost 10 laps on these tires. And we know that this track eats tires for breakfast. So I don't know if he's going to be able to keep these tires in the condition he needs to get onto the podium at the end.
It is definitely going to be interesting. Are we going to see a double Renault podium? Are we going to see a Ferrari make his way into the podium? Or are we going to see a double Toro Rosso podium? It's all up in the air. We don't know, as Tom moves up into second place, and him and Whiffy Winner touch. Whiffy Winner, they run side by side into 2, heading into 3. I think they are still by side. Here comes Whiffy Winner. He cuts off the edge of Tom, gets ahead. Great move from Whiffy Winner to keep that second place Oliver. All right, and we're gonna keep going here.
My apologies, my mic was muted.
Okay. Keep on going, and it looks like Tom's gonna try and regroup and try and make a move on Whiffy Winner once again for that second place on the podium.
Tazonic getting a lot of understeer out of 9, but here comes Maverick making a move down driver's left into the hairpin at turn 10. Maverick is going to be edging his way in there, and he is going to make that pass. No, he's not. He's still there. SF1 Tom has to back out of it as they come into turn 12, making their run down to turn 13. Maverick now up into the podium positions with a beautiful move into turn 10. Maverick going to try to run down Whiffy Winner as fast as he can, as we see Orange Crush pick up another time penalty. It's unfortunate for him, but we're going to remain up front as Maverick gets a little bit of oversteer. He gets a snap of it. That's going to bring SF1 Tom and the Ferrari back up to him. He goes to driver's left as Maverick goes to driver's right to protect that line. We're going to see him run down into turn 1 side by side with Maverick having the preferred line. And SF1 Tom is going to try and fight back. He's going to try to build that run on the outside, but he's not able to do it. Zonic now running right back onto the gearbox, and he has to get out of the throttle, SF1 Tom does, to avoid spinning out with a little snap of oversteer. So that brings Zonic up into 4th place. We may see him making a move here pretty soon as everybody else's tires are starting to fall off. His tires might still feel pretty good to him.
Yep, and now everybody's starting to have to really play their cards here, and they have to play them right as we head into almost 4 laps to go here at Catalunya. Stylo leads by 23 seconds, but the battle for P2 still rages on with 5 drivers all competing for that 2nd and 3rd place on the podium. As it looks like Tizonic is trying to get onto the back of Maverick. Maverick makes a mistake.
Maverick almost loses it and goes off into the gravel trap at turn 12. Running into turn 13 now. We'll have to see. Maverick's car still looks pretty settled. He looks good, but he's got Tizonic right on his back bumper. Tizonic gets a pretty decent exit. Maverick able to pull away just a bit. Maverick did indeed get DRS, so he's going to have a little help down the front straightaway. As SF1 Tom has basically lost these guys. He's over a second back now.
And so is Skeppy. Skeppy and McFaceface is now getting into those into the bunch with those 3. He has 9-lap-old mediums. He's trying to catch up to the back of Skeppy and SF1 Tom. As Tizonic, Maverick, and Whiffy are, I feel like, are going to be your 3 battling it out for the podium. Is it going to be a double Toro Rosso podium today, or is Maverick going to ruin that chance?
Yeah, coming down to 3 to go here in just a little bit. Stalo way out in front. He has a 23.5-second lead. He has very well commanded this race since lights out. He's done very well, but we're sorry, Stalo, you're not really getting the coverage you deserve for doing as well as you have, because we're back here watching this beautiful action as we see Tizonic has lost time out of turn 9. He may have gotten a snap of oversteer as he lost quite a bit of time to BRL Maverick. Tizonic may start to struggle with those softs now. BRL Maverick all over Whiffy Winner. He almost got to his gearbox in the hairpin at 10 as they now come into turns 14 and 15. Whiffy Winner very slow through here. Maverick all over his gearbox. Maverick's going to turn it all the way up into overtake as we see him run just a little wide. That's going to slow him down the straightaway. But Tizonic has lost these guys. He may be dealing with some rear grip issues now as he's starting to fall prey to SF1
Here comes
Tom.
Maverick. Maverick's going to try around the outside. They touch. Whiffy still stays ahead, but Maverick's going to lose massive time. Here comes Tizonic. Tizonic's going to be thrown back into this battle here after losing a bunch of time after a tire issue. It would seem he's been losing grip, and that's what I'm hearing over the radio. Tizonic complaining of tire wear. As we have 3 laps to go. Almost 2 is Stylo already in the 3rd sector of this course. But yeah, 7/10 behind Maverick. Maverick makes a little bit of a mistake. He's gonna close in massively again on Maverick. Maverick might have been overheating his tires just a bit, because now Tizonic is all of a sudden back in this.
Yeah, and Maverick's still all over the back of the Toro Rosso. It'd be great to see a double Toro Rosso podium here today, but it's also great whenever you see one of the Renaults up on top of the podium or on the podium, as you see Maverick moving down just a little bit, try to get some clean air on the nose of that car. You've heard us talk about clean and dirty air all day long. It's very important here, as now Tizonic is all over the back of both of these cars.
This is Tizonic's best chance right here.
Oversteer.
We have 2 to go, and this is probably Tizonic's best chance right now.
And here comes Maverick. Maverick has a big head of steam. Whiffy Winner covers off driver's left. Maverick going to go to driver's right. He's going to get the preferred line into 1. He's going to make it clean through 1, past Whiffy Winner. And now Tizonic backs off of those 2, not to get involved in that, to get into a scrap and ruin his own race that he's done very well to recover. Whiffy Winner's going to lose that position to Maverick. Maverick now up into P2.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be interesting heading into 1 to go soon, as Stylo is already at turn 13, heading into 14 as he's about to start his last lap of the race. But Maverick up into P2 now with Whiffy Winner chasing down him down with his teammate Tizonic right behind him as well, ready to pounce on that Renault if any mistakes happen in these last few miles. All deferred. Yeah,
Whiffy Winner's on very old tires. He's on the oldest tires out of anybody out there on the circuit right now.
Stylo
Stylo is pitted?
No, he's only 5 seconds ahead.
He
Yeah,
pitted. He
pitted.
put on. He pitted. He put on a brand new set of softs, so he wants that fastest lap time. So he was able to drive out in front of everybody, get far enough out in front that he could make another pit stop for no reason except to set the fastest lap time of the race, so that he'd get the extra bonus point moving into the next round.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting as we head into one to go here at Catalunya. Who's going to get the podium spots here? Is SF1 Tom going to come out of nowhere to make an incredible last lap? Is Tazan going to be able to get around his teammates? Whiffy going to be able to get around Maverick? Is Maverick going to be able to hold off that second place? It's all up in the air. We don't know. It's Catalunya. It's crazy, and we don't know what's going to happen in this last few miles.
Whiffy Winner having a lot more charge in his battery ready to put out than what Maverick does. Maverick with 6% and with
Maverick
lock
locks up.
Whiffy Winner has 48%, now 50% ERS saved up in his battery ready to use at his disposal. As Whiffy Winner goes deep into turns 7 and 8, he's going to lose
Maverick's
time to Maverick
overheating.
now.
You can definitely see Maverick overheating a bit as the two Toro Rossos are trying their hardest. Tazonic gets a 3-second penalty. Oh, that's going to ruin his chances of any podium, I think, because I don't think anybody else here has a penalty. But I do think Maverick's going to be able to hold him off here. The group of 6 cars. I say again, 6 cars as we come around to the start-finish line. Max Stylo gets the fast lap of the race and is your winner today. Bro, Maverick is going to come home in P2 after being near dead last after the safety car. Whiffy Winner moves up to P3, Tom into P4, Skeppy to P5, Tazonic down to P6, McFace takes down into P7. Here comes
Maverick
Exia.
was pushing so hard. Look at that. Look how slow his car is. He ran out of fuel at the line, I'm pretty sure, with how slow his car was moving down the front straightaway. He may have ran out of fuel right at the line. That's how hard he was pushing.
So Exia is going to be coming home in P8. Max Israel, disappointing at debut, going to come home in P9, even though he does get solid points there. Weiser Square going to take home the last point with P10. Great result for him. Orange Crush, P11. I know he was racking up a lot of penalties near the end, not what he wanted. And LDO Redeemer is going to be your last finisher of the race. And that's going to be your Catalunya Grand Prix here at Circuit de Barcelona. And now we're going to be moving into your post-race interview questions after this podium of a thrilling race that we had all defer.
Yeah, wonderful race, especially by Stalo. He had a great race from start to finish. He led into turn 1, and he led out of turn 16 for the last time, basically out of touch with the rest of the field. Nobody was able to match his pace today. A great run by Max Stalo. A beautiful drive by him today. Congrats to his win. It's great to see Maverick on the podium again, P2. If Max Stalo makes that move to Tier 1, which we may have happen here very soon. We're unsure in the booth. There has been talk about it. He's definitely fast enough to be running up in Tier 1, so we could see him make a move. And if he makes the move, we could see Maverick making a dominant show here in Tier 2. So we're unsure as to what will happen with Tier 2, but we will keep everybody updated.
And we'll run down your final grid. So Max Style takes home his first win here at BRL. Maverick's going to come home in P2 with Whiffy Winner in P3. SF1 Tom's going to come home in P4. Skeppy P5. Tazonic P6. McFace P7. Exia P8. Max Israel P9. And Weiser Square's going to round out your top 10. And now for your bottom 2, Orange Crush going to come home in P11. With LDR Redeemer being your last finisher of this race. And now we're going to be moving into your post-race interview questions.
Good day, good day.
Yeah, good to have y'all in here. I don't think that we're going to get Stalo into the party with us because he doesn't ever join for post-race interviews, which is unfortunate. But we'll go ahead and start with Whiffy Winner. Whiffy Winner, congratulations on the podium. P3, buddy. You had a great race today. Walk us through those closing laps, as it seemed like none of you could build a gap to the other, and it looked like it was just a drag race every time you got to the front straightaway.
That's exactly what it was. I was burning hot lap every front stretch. The first stint with Skeppy was like my heart still isn't calmed down, man. We and him were wheel to wheel, and then just as I gapped him, I was like, this is cool. and then Tom, SF1 Tom and Maverick started coming on the mediums, and from there I was just like, man, this is about to get really bad for me. And then Tizonic was on softs, and thankfully, like, he's my teammate, but thankfully they fell off position-wise for me. And then Maverick, I could have, on the last lap there, I could have sent one down the inside, but I was like, you know what, just take a podium, be happy, and there's no point in battling it out that bad. It was all on the edge, just everything. I don't even really know how to explain it to you guys. It was all on the edge.
I will say we love commentating the BRL F1 Tier 2 here. Blue Flag and I love it because we've never seen such close pace between all the drivers. For like 12 laps at the beginning of the race, the field wouldn't separate. It almost looked like there was a pace car out in front of the field holding all of you together because you would just stay so compact with each other. So we enjoy it. We enjoyed watching you today. Great finish. What are you looking forward to moving into Monaco next week? Are you at all worried about heading into that close, tight circuit, or are you gonna project this that you've been doing so far into that next race?
Oh, we're gonna keep on keeping on, man. We're gonna aim high, go big. Monaco's one of my more favorite tracks. It's kind of a rewarding track if you want to take it on the limit, but I mean, depends where you qualify, whatever. Monaco's just a get through weekend. After that, home Grand Prix Canada and onward, I'm excited for. I'm absolutely excited for.
Well, thank you very much for joining us for the post-race interview with you. Great race today. Can't wait to see you at Monaco next week. We're going to move on to
Thanks,
our
guys.
second place finisher, Maverick. Congratulations. Kind of had some sketchy stuff happen there at the beginning, and you were able to recover once you fell back and moved to the front. Congratulations on P2, bud.
Oh yeah, thanks. I kind of got screwed at the beginning because I don't know what Tom was doing, but he just like took a hard swerve left off the start and put Tizonic like right into my front wing, so I lost wing at the beginning, and I thought it was over from there. Then I was able to get a safety car, thankfully, because someone absolutely binned it up the fast right, and I knew from there I could, get to the front if I just kept my head down.
And you did that very well. You had a great race today. What are you looking forward to next week as we move into Monaco? Are you at all worried about that race, or do you think that that's a race that you can pretty well get in there and just mind your P's and Q's and do very well?
I'm not too worried about it, as long as, just get to the front of the pack at the start, and then, if you can qualify high, you should be okay.
Right on. I understand that. It's not one of those tracks that really anybody looks forward to, but one of the big storylines is we're hearing some talk, some circulation. Since we can't get Mex Stylo in here, he did message me. He does not join our party due to the fact that he does not understand English very well and cannot pronounce English very well. So we do have a large group of drivers here that are not from English-speaking areas that are great at what they do. So unfortunate that we can't get him in here today to let us know just how he did this race so well. But Maverick, some gossip that's circulating right now is that Stalo may be making a move to Tier 1.
Was that me?
I saw somebody talking about it today.
No comment. It's not from me.
I'm pretty sure it was from you. It says Root BRL Maverick right here.
Oh, I was just a joke, but hey, you never know.
Well, either way,
you're talking about before the race, right?
Yeah, you put it in the chat after qualifying.
Well, I mean, shit, ABS assists in the rain, bro, is no joke, man.
Well, we appreciate all of y'all joining us today for the race. We appreciate the two of you putting on a great show there at the end to give us commentators in the booth a great time tonight commentating. We appreciate everybody that has joined us tonight. Blue Flag, who would you pick as your driver of the day? We saw a lot of people fall to the back and then come back to the front. Who would you have to give that title today?
I would definitely have to give it to I definitely have to give it to BRL Maverick. He had an unlucky start of the race. I think I saw you turned around at the exit of turn 2 once the safety. Fought his way back, and he ended up P2, and it's a great result for him and for the Renault team. So definitely have to give it to Maverick.
Agreed. Maverick drove a really good race, so I'm going to go ahead and end it there. I'd love to thank everybody that joined Blue Flag and I today. Blue Flag,
Oh,
if you
hey,
would
hold
love to
up,
take
really
us
quick.
out today.
Before you go, let it be known that everyone got their positions today by making passes, not getting let by, and the Salt Award goes to Tom for the day, so everyone knows that. But continue.
All right. With
Oh,
that
live
being
on the air,
said,
boys.
I will be heading it into our end race outro. So if you like this race and you're watching it on YouTube, make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you're watching this live on Twitch right now, make sure you go ahead and follow us and subscribe to us. You paying to subscribe to us helps us out dearly, helps us out give prizes to our champions at the end of the season. Also,
And one more thing before you go, please remember that in just under an hour, we will have the fastest drivers in the world on this game on track live. Breakout Racing League Formula One Tier 1 going at it at Spain, which should be a great race like what we saw here today.
most definitely. So if you make sure you go ahead and check out our affiliates, Vertigear, Rogue Energy, Into the AM, Gamer Grind Co. Also, make sure you check out our merch and check out Tier 1 in about 35 minutes. Make sure you go check them out, Dan the Man, and yeah, and make sure also Tier 3, Exia, 8 p.m. Eastern, Monday, Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern. Me and Aldifer, Formula 2, sounds pretty cool, right? Monaco, come on. And then next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, once again, Monaco, Tier 2. And then, yeah. So, with that being said, this has been Blue Flag Aldifer signing off. See you guys next week.